Welcome to Cosmic Connections. Thank you so much for being here if you are returning. And if you are new, I am Carissa. I am a spiritual channel for the divine. And so what I do is I bring forth messages from your spirit guides, your light team, any beings of light, any angels that are working with you, walking with you on your path in life. So today I have an important message that has been coming through. I was told by my guides that this might be something that really helps the collective right now. So if you consider yourself on the spiritual path, especially if it has found you, because my channel is not meant to be found by everybody. So this is for those special people out there that see it. The first card that I've chosen is the Eight of Cups. This is just like a baseline card that I chose for the collective right now. So this is the energy that's kind of going on, and it makes sense as to what message was coming through last night and this morning, why this card came through. So this card upright, it has a lot to do with changes and shifts coming into your life. It even has those keywords here, but we have it reversed. So it's like it feels like you want a big shift or change to occur in your life, but it's not. It's just like either stagnant, you feel stuck, you aren't, your life or you are not moving, or like how you feel, it's not moving in the direction that you want. You've been feeling really stuck. And with the cups here, stuck within yourself, stuck within your emotions, even your mind, because the emotions and the mind have a lot to do with each other. So with that being said, we're going to pull some tarot cards. But there was a message that came through last night that I'm going to kind of get into. So there is a heavy emphasis on the mind right now, and the mind kind of taking over, or feeling like it's taking over, and or feeling like you could sum it up as psychic attacks, but being bombarded with negative energies, thoughts, feelings, that are trying to sway you away from the light, pretty much trying to dim your light, to make your vibration dense, heavier, so you can't ascend, so you can't raise your vibration. And this is happening so subtly for people that they don't even know that it's happening. They just think, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, there must be something going on with the planets, which there always is, and it's always affecting us. But the message that's coming through is, and it might be hard to hear, but it is that you have complete and utter control over your mind. And even if there is some sort of source, entity, and I don't mean like God source, I mean a source of energy that is trying to negatively influence you. The thing is that you, if you're watching this, if you have found this video, you are more powerful than that source of negativity, of whatever it is, even if it is something outside of you. Whether it's all internal and it's just patterns and habits of thought and words and action that you have obtained from your childhood, from society, from the people around you, from your work, whatever it is. Whether it is internal and it's actually happening, your mind is creating it, or it is something that is kind of coming at you, trying to negatively influence you, it doesn't really matter which one it is. So if you've been trying to figure out, it's something outside of me, or it's something within me, that part doesn't even really matter. What matters is this next part that I'm going to say, is that you have much more control over your conditioning or anything outside of you that is trying to influence you. You are more powerful. If you are watching this video, if it has found you and you're still watching it, you are so much more powerful and stronger than that. But you think that you aren't because you haven't broken through, like you haven't broken past the chain, I guess, of habit. And what I mean by that is, like, if you've tried positive thinking, if you've tried all these other methods to kind of stop this nonsense, that energy that feels like it's either being brewed within you or coming at you, and it's not working, here's the thing. Whether this is something inside of you or outside of you, it is something you may deal with for the rest of your life. You might have this struggle of wanting to give up, or feeling hopeless, or feeling lost, or feeling like you have no purpose on this planet. None of that is true. But you might feel that way. And if that is a conditioning you've obtained, or it is something being sent to you, it is something that you will most likely deal with for the rest of your life. And I don't say that lightly, but what I'm going to say next hopefully will flip the script for you. Since this is a habit, a pattern, a cycle that keeps repeating. Say, let's use an example. Say you can't stop negative self-talk. Say it feels intrusive. Say that it like feels like it's not even you generating the thoughts or the words if you're hearing them, or if it's images coming through, but it's still coming through. And say you feel like you can't stop it. Okay, so sit with that. If that's the case, you will have that cycle repeat forever in this lifetime. So since that's going to be, because if you don't do anything about it, if you don't do anything to change it, the energy doesn't have anywhere to go. It just continues the cycle. So if you say, okay, well, this is something I'm probably going to carry with me forever. So instead of fighting it or letting it win, why don't you train it? Why don't you train your brain, your mind, your emotions, and then eventually it'll train your body to do something different. So if the thoughts come in of like, oh my gosh, I'm a failure, or I'm never going to be good at that, or I'm never going to succeed at whatever it is, that's not going to stop unless you do something to stop it. So you're encouraged to, because I think that like, we just think, oh, it'll stop on its own, or like, oh, it'll get better, or like, you know, but the power is actually in you. And I'm speaking this from experience. What you're encouraged to do is to cut it off. And it might feel really intrusive, loud, like you can't not hear it. So you distract yourself. And I don't mean like numbing yourself out. I mean you change what your attention, what your consciousness is focused on. If the thoughts come in, start doing a craft. Go for a run. Talk to somebody about something else. Watch a funny video. Like you direct your attention to the light. And this is not toxic positivity. This is training your brain to not, as I always say, go there. Because we all know how to go there. We all are really good at going there, you know, with ourselves in our own individual, unique ways. We can all go there. But you can train your brain to not do that. But the thing is why I said this is something that you might deal with for your whole life. So why not train your brain differently? Because if the cycle's repeating anyway, why not work with it? Why not experiment with it? Why not just like see if you can shift the energy or move it by doing something different? If it's gonna be there anyway, if the nonsense is gonna be there anyway, then work with it, train it, you know, teach it, rather than succumbing to it and accepting that that's just the cards you were dealt, or fate, or that's just like the universe. No, like, yes, that is all legitimate in ways, but over anything, you have more power than any of those forces, because you've created your life. You've created this all from your mind. And sometimes that's hard for people to hear. But for me, it was like, oh, okay, like, just needed to understand this information. If I have the power to create the life I want, then I need to get serious about what's going on in here. And I can't slack. And that took like 4 years of me honing in and getting a grasp on my mental health, but like stability. So that's why I say, why not train it if it's going to be a cycle for years and years and years? It took me 4 years. So I'm not saying this is something that happens in a day, a month, a year. But why not train it if it's going to be cycling anyway? Why not just work with the energy? So that is the message that I have for you today. And then I mean, we really didn't need any cards, but we had the collective energy of, you know, feeling stuck and not knowing what to do. And then we have the world card, which is your horizons opening for yourself as you follow these pieces of advice. So that's what I have for you today. I am Carissa. This is Cosmic Connections, and you will see me in the next one. I am wishing you the best.